All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the SHIRO show. I should have told Dave we're going live. I'm sorry about that, Dave. We'll work that system out, and we'll get that muy bueno. Muy bueno. Sorry if it looks like Dave's black and white. We're working on some things right now, so we'll get it all ironed out with a tire iron. But besides that, welcome to SHIRO show number 40. Can you believe it is week 40, Dave? 40 weeks of 40 SHIRO shows.
I can hardly believe it.
That is
Seems
more
like
than
yesterday.
That is back in March numbers. I don't know what's 40 divided by 4. Oh, that's 10.
Yeah, I think it was like March that we started.
Exactly. Yeah, we started a while ago, and it was great. We got all these podcasts up, 40 episodes of awesome stuff. But yeah, and we're gearing up for the holidays, as you could see by my Santa hat. Got holidays.
I didn't get the memo. I have a Santa hat, but I didn't get the memo.
I'm just kidding. I'm gonna do that. There we go. It wasn't you couldn't see the ball, so it looks like I was just wearing a fizzy hat. There we go. It's always proper to show your balls on stream, so you wanna get your balls out. At least I think you should have those out. But anyways, how are your holidays going, Dave? How's your Christmas shopping going? How's your move going? I know you recently got a new set. Tell us about your set.
Christmas shopping, I'm done. Moving, yeah. New house. Kind of getting situated here. My setup is not complete. Actually, none of my game stuff is up right now. Green screen's up, but the lighting still needs work. And we got Pat in the driver's seat, so I look like rigor mortis is setting in.
Don't worry, we'll get you in color.
Because we tried to dial this in like with 5 minutes to go before we went live, but yeah, no, it's all good.
Dave's testing my patience. There's gonna be another vacancy, another guest spot left if he does this again to me. No, we'll figure it out. Dave's been more than patient with me on my stuff, so I can't talk shade, because he probably is easy to be like, you know what, I'm tired of Patrick's crap. You're out of here, kid. Out of here. Get out.
And working on merch, SHIRO merch mostly. I've been that and working. Actually, no, it's the holidays, so I'm really, really busy getting ready for end of year tax stuff. Yay, fun. But aside from that, I've been, doing some drawing again, which Pat, you were like, we need some new merch, so I figured I would get out the pencil and try to start drawing again. So that's kind of nice.
And you gave us a waifu. You gave us a waifu mascot. So, congrats.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't the plan. It was just kind of like, okay, well, Pat's a weeb and he likes waifus, so I'll draw a waifu, and before you know it, now it's like snowballed into like this mascot thing. So that's kind of fun.
It's got a lot of positive feedback. I don't think anybody's really said anything negative about it, which I'm happy about.
Well, that's good.
Everyone likes Sophie.
I try to keep it PG,
No feet?
I don't want any no feet, no. I mean, I'm sure I don't dare go to like Rule 34 or anything like that, because I'm sure somebody on the internet will turn it into something.
Yeah, but, we asked you don't draw Rule 34 of our characters, please. But
no, please don't. But they will.
We can't control that. It's the internet. I mean, you're going to have people complaining about all different things that we won't get into on the stream. But, in terms of me, it's pretty good. I've been working on a lot of stuff, as you could probably see from all my output in the last couple of days, with a few things we'll be talking about. Mm-hmm. So it's been pretty busy with that. Playing some Halo Infinite. I got Platinum 5. I'm almost Diamond League, playing some Halo again competitively. If you guys think you can take on the Patrick, feel free to add me on Xbox Live TraynoCo. If you want to do 1v1 BRs, I'm your man. If you want, it's like it was the Fred Durst thing, like with the thing. It's like, if you get your butt beat on the other line, it probably was by me. That's the line I'm using. If you get your butt beat online in Halo Infinite, it's probably me. So, yeah, play some Halo Infinite with me, guys. We'll play some Halo, and I'll destroy you, or you'll destroy me. Either way, besides that, it's all good. I'm just finishing my holiday shopping. I got my mom and I think my brother to shop for, and that's it left. So we shall see. But besides that, it's been pretty crazy with all this bulk slash stuff. For sure.
Yeah.
I know that's been great.
Did you want to open with that, like talking about the video that you guys did?
No.
Talking about the
no.
No. Patch and
no. But speaking of this one, I mean, we'll start from the beginning, talking about the patch dropping and how we got involved in that. If you'd like.
Yeah, go for it.
I know everybody probably already has seen it, but I mean, we'll reiterate on it. So, of course, last week, actually it was last Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last Friday, the book / fan translation dropped, and this was a pretty awesome thing. This is a cool thumbnail I made. I did this cool effect. Dave probably was cringing at the way I cut out the main character. His hair probably looks all janky, so I don't blame Dave. It doesn't?
No, I'm not cringing or anything like that.
Oh, that's
good. It looks
good.
fine.
I was worried. I tried my best. I wanted to do this cool effect, and I don't know. The Photoshop tools failed me yet again, so I had to background erase pixel by pixel. So fun stuff.
It's fine.
Thanks. I appreciate it. But yeah, this is a cool fan translation that was put out. We basically wrote up this article and we announced the drop on there, and this crashed our website last week.
Yeah,
I remember you were there for that, and that was
live on stream. You dropped it, and it was like, okay, our website's broken. It came back up, but yeah, it was kind of funny. It
was pretty funny, and it was pretty good. So for those that don't know, or probably are just tuning in, last week, yeah, of course, we released book / fan translation adds fan translations, dubs to the endings, and twin stick support, which is I think my favorite part about it, where you can basically control the game with twin sticks, which is amazing. It's the best control style in my opinion. So definitely go download the patch and burn your official copy, because I know you have official copies of the games and you're not downloading ISOs online off of Internet Archive when you search Sega Saturn games, Internet Archive. That's totally not what you guys are doing, right? You guys
totally not.
Totally burning your official bulk / discs like a good Saturn fan, and spending hundreds of dollars on that instead of downloading it for free by googling googling Sega Saturn Internet Archive and clicking on the first link and then searching for bulk /
Jason send you his disc?
Yeah, Jason let me borrow his disc.
Jason sent you his disc so you could do the patch, right?
Exactly, that's exactly what happened. Took those photos. Well, no, he took the photographs, but he sent it to me afterwards. So he helped me out. Appreciate Jason sending me his legit discs.
I have to ask though, what does it say that our website went down? Does that say that the patch is really popular or that our website is really shit?
I honestly don't know where our website is hosted on. Where, like, is it hosted on an actual website host, or is it hosted off of like somebody's server box?
I mean, it feels like a WordPress installation or something. Well, it is. Yeah. So I don't know where everything's hosted. Yeah, but we'll
have to get that sorted.
Yeah. Yeah. I was kind of I had a laugh, because I was like, I really don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of people trying to download this patch, but I'm also sure that every time I go to our website, it takes forever to load anyway. So it could just be like that was the straw that broke the camel's back,
Yeah, we'll have to look into better storage, a better hosting place. So we'll work on that. We'll get that sorted. That's on our to-do list. But yeah, this fun little article just talks about like going in depth, or I think we talked about last time on last week's show. So I just talked about a little bit in depth. Has the download links with the credits and everything, and actually this is the one I didn't emphasize. It actually has the instruction on how to patch your legitimate copy of bulk /. Mm-hmm. So you obviously rip your legitimate disc and do that, but yeah, it goes through all the steps, so it's baby proof. So if you don't know what you're doing, it should hold your hand like the biggest holding hand I've ever written up. So if you're still confused on that, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. We tried our best, but I mean, big issues there. But there's a small update about that we did, that we updated, I think it was the middle of this week. And it basically they figured out a Mednafen issue where every time it would update, every time we would run Mednafen, it would boot correctly. And it's because there was a region patching issue, but they ended up fixing that, and it should be good on Mednafin now to run with the header file. So I imagine you're not here, Night of Dragon. Did you worked on that, right?
Yes, I did.
So what exactly was the issue? I was a bit confused. So it was patching every region at once or something?
It was half patching, basically because we were doing a million things at once, and there may be a bug with my patching program itself. At one point in time, the entire region code IDs were being put into the IP bin, but the region code security section wasn't. So as far as a Saturn's concerned, it has every region, but when it would go look for the code to validate it, it wouldn't be there. And that's why Mednafin would say this is not suitable for the system, because it would boot to a US region without the US security, and it's like, what do I do here? And I guess maybe the other emulators either ignore that or move on. I know something like the Sudokai and the ODEs should all pretty much ignore that stuff. So that's why we didn't notice it till after it launched.
Fair enough. Well, now it's fixed. The patch is updated on both Sega Extreme and on the website. So if you guys want to download that, it's the updated patch. You can go for it. It really only affects Mednafin. I don't think there were any other major changes inside that patch, right? The updated one besides that?
Yeah, that's the only thing I got updated.
Yeah, so if you don't use Mednafin, don't really worry about it. You don't really need to update the patch. But if there's ever an update that we need to, we'll definitely make a new article about it and talk about it, as it's pretty important. So, but we'll figure it out, and it'll be good. But besides that, I think that's it for this article. We talked about it last week a bit, so crashed your website. Thank you very much. So, well, oh wait, did I hit that again? I did. Let's go on to the next article, which is the video release for Book / Fan Translation Innovation in Saturn Fan Translations. So this is a video Nick and I put out. This was a really big effort. I think it started back a month and a half ago. We did an outline, and we got pretty far, but I kind of got busy. We both kind of got busy with life, and we came back to it. I think we were doing this all throughout last week and the week before. No, finished script the week before the patch dropped on Friday, so 2 Fridays ago. We went through all that. We filmed the stuff. We filmed the footage of it. We added the voiceover lines, and we got it done. I think we finished the voiceover lines. I think I finished the night before we did the stream for it. I sent those over to Nick. I think I went to bed at 2 a.m. that day. But it's a lot of lines. It's a 25-minute video. It's probably the most overdubbing for voice acting I've ever done.
Yeah, it was a long one.
The script was about 9 pages long.
Yeah. Not that that's a bad thing. That's a good thing. But it was very thorough. But yeah, I was impressed by how much stuff you covered. So.
Yeah, I was kind of funny. I thought we were just going to talk about the translation, but then Nick went deep into the process of the history of some of the history of the game, the Usenet opinions on the game, and then of course the localization stuff on all that, and an actual review of the game. A lot of people compare it to be his Pandemonium 0.5 video, like his Parodius video, except it had me in it as well. So. If you like the combination of both of us, which is not believable in the slightest, I know it's mostly Nick that you guys like, so I definitely get that. But yeah, if you like both of us, and if you like me, I'd be surprised. But if you like Nick and you want to see a Pandemonium Light video, check it out. 25-minute video. It's not an hour documentary, unfortunately, so we won't be matching the Lord of the Rings extended cuts this time.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you did great in the video, Pat. So I enjoyed the parts that you contributed.
Yeah, no, I'm only playing. I'm hard on myself. I'm very self-deprecating. I'm very self-deprecating.
But I mean, of course I enjoyed Nick's parts too. But it was great. Great effort. Good, awesome translation. We obviously can't say enough about it, and that's kind of what's been echoed for this past week. Everybody's been getting around to playing it, and it's all been positive stuff, except for those few, folks who are just like, oh, I'm going to be really contrarian and say that, you know, somehow I wish I could just play an English translation with the original Japanese voices. I'm just like, if it seriously, just go play the Japanese game. It's not hard. You know, you can beat the game without English translations. And if you want to know the story, then play the dub, for goodness sake, you know? And, you know, that's one of those things where I'm just like, I just cannot understand people who are like complaining about that, you know?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's
talking
just
about, right?
weird. Yeah, no, there's a whole thread on 4chan about it. It was interesting.
There's an unfortunate amount of people who a lot more than I thought it would be, who are like complaining about the fact that it was dubbed, you know? And I'm just like, you guys can just deal. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's like you just ignore it or use the undub of it.
Yeah.
I get it, but I mean, there wasn't really any other option. I mean, usually we go for subs, but I mean, there's no physical way you'd be able to do all that in the game, have the subtitles on that.
Perfect.
Have
perfect
room.
game. It's the perfect kind of game to dub, and I don't care. Like, you know, we both are like huge working designs fans, right? You're.
I would say
fan of working
fanatics,
designs, right?
honestly.
Fanatic. Yeah, and it's like we. At the same time, you know, we know that working design stuff gets panned out there. You know, there's a lot of people who don't like it, right? But I'm proud to say I like their stuff, you know, and I like that vibe. I like that feel. This has a very like you said in the video, it has a very working designs kind of feel to it. It's got humor injected. It's got, you know, it's got character. It's not for everybody. Obviously, there's like some major weebs out there who are just like too cool for it. But for everybody else, we love it, you know? And again, like I've been playing the Japanese only version for years. So it's like, I don't need to keep doing that. Like, it's nice to have something new, you know?
Exactly. It's fresh. It's not meant. It's not meant as a replacement. It's meant as another experience.
Like I do understand. Like, for example, Initial D, there's a series that you like, I like, so I can talk about this and you'll know.
Yeah.
I can't watch the dub of that for some.
Absolutely
like
not.
My sister, she's super into Initial D, right? And she came up on watching the dub, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like and I just can't do it because I already have, you know, fell in love with the Japanese version, the original version. And it's like, I've always watched the sub version and I've watched it countless times, you know, beginning to end. And so it's like, I can't watch the dub, but
what are we talking about? The Funimation one or the one by years ago by I think it was ADV or something?
Yeah, the ADV one. That
one is hot garbage.
Yeah, well,
that intro is like they removed all that Eurobeat and the intro is just awful.
Yeah. But I mean, again, like some people come up on that, and I guess, you know, they love it for different, you know, that's just what they know, you know. So, but it's like I can understand some people having an opinion like that when the dub is really bad, but that is not the case here. The dub is pristine, you know. The dub is like amazing. So it's like I really don't see how you can find fault with it, you know.
No, for sure.
That's how I feel, you know.
No, definitely for sure. I think it all depends for me which version I like the most. Like for JoJo, I'm always sub because they changed the names of the artists. So like they renamed Steely Dan of Steel. Dirty's done Dirt Cheap is named Unclean Deeds done at a reasonable price.
Right.
Like it's the dumbest changes, and it's like that's why I like it sub because they say the names, but like and like Initial D because you won't get gum tape deathmatch in the dub. Yeah. It's like I don't even think they say it.
It's grip tape deathmatch.
Yeah.
They don't because gum tape doesn't localize. But so yeah, it's interesting. You know, the other thing is too, it's like not every Japanese voice actor is great. Okay, like even as like, you know, someone who's studied Japanese and somebody who's really into Japanese culture and everything like that, you know, like some Japanese voice actors are terrible, right? You know, so it's not like, oh, if it doesn't matter what it is, as long as they're speaking Japanese, it's amazing. Like that's not always the case. And the truth is, like, the bulk slash was kind of annoying. Like some of those navigators would get on my nerves because it would just kind of be repetitive and kind of like grating to a certain extent, especially when it was just like go right, go left, you know. Like I know what they're saying, but it's just kind of like the tone, you know. So they really did manage to do a really tasteful job of it with this dub and make it very, very easy on the ears. And so that's one of the things I really have to say. Like I'm not just gushing of it because like I'm a huge fan of the folks that did it or the project, but I actually feel like it's a very good finished product, and I feel like it's okay to like both. You know, it's okay to say, well, the undubbed version is great and the dubbed version is great, and you can play both. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just different variations. That's what I like about it. Like, even like going back to Initial D, I watched the entire sub and then I watched it again dubbed, just so I can experience both of them. So, I mean, it's not a bad option. I do prefer sub, but I mean, it's nice to have different variations for things. Like, I watched Hunter x Hunter 3 times and I'm watching it dubbed again. Over subbed, and it's really good. Like, you know, you don't have to.
It's just a different flavor. It's a form of gatekeeping, though. That's what it all comes back to. Like folks who say that you really shouldn't experience it any other way, or it's like a terrible catastrophe that somebody decided to dub it or something. They're just being gatekeepers, and I hate that. You know, it's like let people enjoy what they want to enjoy. You know,
it's like and let people enjoy things. That one image.
Just let us enjoy life. Instead of trying to rain on everything, you know.
Exactly.
But that's my final word for it. You know, I think people need to just like cool off.
Yeah. Yeah, I think especially if people promote violence against it or like DMCAing it, I think it's as long as you don't do that.
Yeah, there's some extreme stuff too. Like seriously?
Yeah, it's like this is a game.
This is a game.
I don't know. People on 4chan
Totally
are weird. Like the thing about 4chan is that you can't take it seriously. It's 4chan. Like any criticism on there, it's like you gotta laugh with it or else you're gonna get eaten up. That's the way it works on 4chan. I saw the thread on and I'm just laughing and like seeing the dumb responses. But I mean, I don't care because it's 4chan. It doesn't mean anything. It's like a toddler saying you're a poo-poo head. Like, what do you do with that? Yeah, DMCing, Run DMC is gonna cover songs on that.
I knew you were gonna make that joke.
I know. Yeah, of course I'd make that joke. Do you think I would?
Too well now.
Do you think I would take the opportunity to make a Run DMC joke?
Yeah, it's tricky. I don't know. Tricky.
Exactly. Maybe I think maybe if I wore my Adidas first, I think it'd be a lot bit easier to really talk more about it, especially if I walk this way with it. Feet Aerosmith.
Yeah.
But no, in all seriousness though, that like I said, 4chan, you can't take it seriously. If you do, you're gonna get eaten up alive. Just roll with it and laugh with it. I'll get this way, equivalency, just like a toddler saying you're a doo-doo head. Like, what do you do with that? You can't do much about it. It's like, it's a toddler. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, you can't like take it personally. You can't like be angry about it.
If you take it personally, they'll eat you for breakfast.
Exactly.
They feed on that. They feed on that vulnerability, you know, or like, oh, you know, yeah. You can't even argue with it.
Yeah. So just roll with it. Roll with it. But video was a lot of fun. Going back to the video, a lot of fun to make. A lot of edits. Nick did a fantastic job editing it, so he did a great job. There's a lot of edits we had to do. There was one edit that we actually had to take down from our Patreon because the edit was so egregious that we actually had to remove it. But we deleted the video, so you can't even figure out what it is now. But yeah, it was something really dumb we left in. It was like something that was amazingly incorrect. Like, I was surprised how incorrect it was when we did it, and it actually was on me. I looked at the script. It actually was something I wrote that was incredibly false. So I apologize again for that. That was my bad. But luckily, it's all good. Video's up. It's perfect. Okay, as perfect as we can get it. I imagine there's some criticism here and there, but we did the best we can. I think it's the best video I've worked on so far.
Yeah, it's just crazy though. It's crazy that you worked on this video so much, right? And the Castlevania Dreamcast video, which was just kind of like
I literally pooped that out. It was like,
yeah, you pooped that out, and the timing was what it was all about. You had excellent timing, but you pooped that out, and it's got like more views than any other video on our channel. And this video you work your ass off on, and I think it's got less than 1,000 views.
I mean,
And I'm just like,
600 views in one day is pretty good for our channel.
was that just one day?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, that's cool. I was just like, I expected it to be over 1,000, to be honest with you, because of how popular the game is and how many. I mean, and honestly, how good of a job you did on the video. But I mean, I'm sure it'll get there. But still, it's just ironic, that you can, if it's about like some unreleased Dreamcast Castlevania game, then it's like, it's gonna get all over the internet.
Yeah. Hey, if you guys want, tweet at RetroRGB, tweet at Pat the NES Punk. Be like, hey, check out this video. I think they did a good job. I would do it, but I don't want to seem like I'm eBaying. But if you guys want this video to take off, like just message like the big guys, be like, hey, at Metal Jesus, hey, at RetroRGB, hey, at Pat the NES Punk. Check out this awesome video these guys put together about Bulk Slash or
I think this video deserves a spot on RetroRGB, like on the blog. I definitely think so.
Yeah,
it's informative. It's got all the information. It's convenient, because then folks can watch one video and they get caught up on pretty much everything we've been talking about for the past 6 months.
Exactly. In all honesty, though, I should probably reach out to him, see if we can get a SHIRO collaboration where we like cross post to his website.
Yeah.
So that way we can.
It is soliciting, but it's something important. It concerns the community. So
yeah, and I mean, we're helping him out, just like making articles for him. So like, hey, Bob, if you want, we could write on your website, add the Saturn stuff, get the news for that, so that way you can have stuff to talk about on your site. So that way we can talk about the major things for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll work on that.
What's next on the docket of news?
Take a wild guess what the next topic's going to be. Take a wild guess.
I do not have the browser, so I don't have.
What were our last two articles that we talked about?
Bulk Slash.
Guess what number 3 is?
Bulk Slash.
Exactly. I'm sorry this happened this way, but it's all Bulk Slash. But this one actually is one of my favorite things about it.
If it's not Bulk Slash, it's Soccer Wars. I was making that joke the other day.
Yeah, sorry guys. I know we'll talk. We're gonna do a fun topic. I don't know what it is because we're literally gonna improv it, but we'll do something fun. Actually, do you want to do that? The talk about like the people that asked. Actually, pull that up while I'm talking about this. We'll talk about the article that you posted about the what games you want translated next. Want to do that one?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
I think that'll be fun. So get that ready, and then we'll get people's tweets up. Be like, hey, just send me a link to it on Discord, and I'll post the answers and we'll talk about them and we'll say how viable it is. We won't rush you. We won't be rude or anything. We'll just talk about it. So don't worry, guys. I won't be rude about your responses. We'll just be like, I'm not sure. But anyways, I'm gonna increase this a little bit because it's a little bit hard to see. Lacquerware, aka Gregory Moore, reached out to me and was like, hey, I would really appreciate because we have all this information and stuff to talk about how we develop Bulk Slash. And he reached out to me. He's like, hey, is it alright if I make like a developer blog on your website? And I'm like, absolutely, dude, go for it. So we gave him some credentials and he wrote up this amazing article on a little bit of his history, Bulk Slash, and some of the dubbing process. So it actually starts out, I didn't know about this. He moved to Japan in 2007. I think he's in the chat. Let us know. Does he still live there? I never asked him about that. I probably should have.
Yeah, he is in the chat because he said I looked like I was from Tron.
Yeah.
And that I need like a glowing background.
But yeah, Lacquerware, definitely. Actually, if you want, come in the Discord and talk about it. I'd definitely like your input on it. Yeah, you're allowed on voice. We love you. Much love and kisses. But anyways, I'll talk about it while he's not here so that way you don't have to wait. So he moved to Japan and he basically fell in love with the Saturn. He found one there and just fell in love with the game, specifically, of course, Bulk Slash, which is his big thing.
Right.
And like I feel like this antidote, Sega marketing dubiously touted Knights is the first game to let you fly fluid and free in a real-time 3D area.
Oh, right, yeah.
In reality, Bulk Slash is actually the first one that allows you to do that, right?
So when did Bulk Slash come out? You said it was 97?
97, yeah. I think it was late 97.
Knights came out summer 96.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Knights did actually beat that to the punch, but...
I meant like a flying, like, because Knights is relatively in a 2D plane.
Yeah, you are on a fixed axis. That's true.
Yeah,
Good
I know.
point.
I know you can
Good
go
point.
3D when you go out to the kids' bodies, but like
Right.
in the main
but that's
game,
kind of a
yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay, but then again, with Knights, you are a polygonal character, right? And with Bulk Slash, you're like a billboarded sprite, right?
Yeah, you're like a sprite. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, so, but I see what you mean. You definitely get with Bulk Slash, you definitely do get that feeling of free flight. They do a good job with it.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I really either way I like both games, but I definitely, yeah, like I said, it's definitely interesting that he felt that way, and he just felt like Bulk Slash just didn't get a fair shake. And he talked about getting the band together, of course, talking about Danthrax saying, but Bulk Slash Guard Duel becomes a polygon during the boss cutscenes. I don't know if that counts, but sorry, I don't think I'd count that. It's like a static thing. Sorry, Danthrax. But anyways, it basically talked about like getting the band together, like going through the poll that you posted up, Dave. Damn, how long ago was that? Was that like in the beginning of this year?
That was February.
Oh damn, yeah, beginning of this year. And talking about how he wanted to do it, and then got into the Discord, and little by little he talked to people, and they built out a team, and slowly left our Discord. They flew away. I'm gonna do a bird thing.
Yeah,
that's a bird flying away. And they did their own Discord, and they started progression on building the patch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the thing that really they didn't really intend for the most part for this to be a dub for it. They wanted to make it a sub. But it seems like and like he talks about that, he cares about that. Like they're very passionate. Like he said specifically he played Witcher 3 in Polish and then Remember Me in French. But unfortunately, due to the way that Bulk Slash is laid out, you just can't really do that. If you want, Lackware, if you want, you can hop in the chat and talk about the article as well. Like get on the vocal thing and talk. You're definitely more than welcome to while I talk. But anyways, he was saying that that was impractical because the way that it's set up. Because essentially, from what I understood, is that there's the VRAM, which is the video RAM, and it already has a ton on screen, and in terms of the sprites, the buildings, the polygonal objects, like everything on screen, just massive. And adding another layer of that with subtitles would probably make it an issue with the VRAM. And that even if and he said specifically, even if he had infinite VRAM and infinite time, it just wouldn't work out essentially. So basically he said that he even wanted to add the credits of the the English localization team, but he couldn't even do that because of the VRAM issues. So it became a really saddening limitation that they had to realize, and that's actually why they can't really add subtitles to the Bulk Slash VOs, is specifically for that reason, because the VRAM just doesn't allow it. Yeah, I guess you could add it to the cutscenes, but then you're still missing the point that the navigator is going to be in Japanese. So it's like, what are you gonna? Can't really it's a lose-lose situation. I don't know. Like at least to me, how do you feel about it, Dave?
About his article,
just
or
the ability for the subtitles.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no obvious way to do it. And again, having subtitles on the FMV but not in game, there would be a lack of continuity. I definitely feel like they did an amazing job, and it was exactly what it needed to be. I'm totally a fan of the dub. We've been over this now, and I'm just sounding like a broken record. But yeah, I think that they obviously looked into the possibility of doing subtitles first, and found that there wasn't going to be any obvious way of doing it without hacking something, and it just wouldn't have worked well. So they did exactly what they needed to do. It turned out great.
Yeah, and it was great, and it just was I definitely get it though, because I would have liked the subtitles too, but there's pluses and minuses for them.
For what though? For the navigators, when I'm firing at a boss, I'm not reading the bottom of the screen. That's the thing. it's one thing for an RPG to have subs, you know, and it's like there's a bunch of dialogue, you know, so Soccer Wars or whatever, you know. I love the fact that it's like Japanese voices with the lip sync movements, and then I'm able to read the English text. But like with navigators and stuff like that, that just doesn't make any sense, you know. I mean, it's kind of like playing Burning Rangers in Japanese, you know, because you got the voice, you know, in your ear telling you directions and stuff in Japanese, and you know, I just Burning Rangers is much more enjoyable for me in my own native tongue because I can understand it and I can get more enjoyment out of the game, you know. So the same thing with Bulk Slash, you know. Again, I've been playing the game for years, love it. Now I just love it even more because I have options.
Yeah,
I think they did a great job.
Exactly, and it just, yeah, like I said, it's just the limitations because they can only replace so much. Even if they had infinite VRAM, the fact that they had to implement subtitles would be a difficult matter and would require tons of reverse engineering and programming to get done.
Because the game was already kind of like a benchmark, or not a benchmark, but like it was a showpiece for like all of Saturn's modes like working together, you know, and I don't know. I think it might have been asking a little bit too much to try to do subtitles on top of that, but
yeah, and if you think about it, if you think about the way translations work, they replace something that exists within the game. So they replace the vocal lines.
Yeah, I agree with Greg. It's a bad fit for subtitles. It's just not it's an action game. It's not the kind of game where you would have subtitles. For, you know, on top of Japanese vocals, you know, it's not appropriate. But you know, I can understand. Okay, so for the introductions, like the misintroductions, you could argue that, you know, well, there's an opportunity to have subtitles and, you know, Japanese voice, but then because of the continuity, you know, it's like they just had to decide it's either going to be all English or it's going to be all Japanese. But because you can't do subtitles in game when you're firing, you know, they just went with, you know, they went with making it look as professional as possible and going for continuity, you know, overall, so that what you have at the end of the day is a very like professional and polished product, which is kind of a joke because somebody online joked that it was like so professional that they thought that it was actually like designed to be like a limited run games release or something like that.
And that's a great compliment. It's like it's good. Like it's like it's like the conspiracy. I can't believe that the group of guys did this amazing work, and it's like that's
supposed
crazy.
To be an insult, but but instead it ends up being a great compliment. And you're like, thanks. I guess we really knocked it out of the park.
And they did. Like, I mean, this sounds better than what Working Designs can do with, you know, a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, basically they just went in and just changed a lot of the code, replaced a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's actually one of those things that I often say, oh yeah, you know, it's easy for homebrew devs or, you know, indie devs, whatever, to do awesome things when they have like really long development cycles. You know, they have years to work on it. I mean, in this case, I really think they pulled it out quicker than Hudson would have done, you know,
exactly.
Doing like a localization. Yeah. So, and which you pointed out in the video. So yeah, I definitely was impressed with that short turnaround. All things considered,
it was insane, and this is like for free and out of their free time.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just insane. Yeah,
no, it's not. Yeah, no, they're not corporate shills. They're fans, and they did it for free, and they did a freaking good job, and kind of, you know, set a really high bar. So I'm kind of hoping that other people, like I said, hope that other people take that lead, you know, or I hope that they follow up with some similar stuff. I mentioned another game that Saturn Memories and I were talking about. Stellar Assault SS, I think, is another good action game that has the audio direction, you know, and I think that would be a very familiar feel to like Bulk Slash, you know, the end product would be very similar in terms of what they were able to produce.
No, for sure. And I think there's definitely a lot of good options for translations. And actually, did we want to move into that, like the translation poll?
Yeah, we can. I didn't do a poll.
Or the
okay.
Twitter thing. Let me go on Twitter.
Yeah, the Twitter. So we did a poll. We did a poll like last year, and we got various responses. This time I just posted kind of like my own top 30. This was really hard, by the way, because the reason I did 30, okay, is because like if I added any more, not only would it be like a really, really long list, but also the images would get smaller and smaller as I try to share them on Twitter. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do 30 games that I think we really need translated in the Saturn community. And I got a lot of good alternative responses from folks, and they're all like really, really good. Like, for example, I forgot to put Gun Griffin 2 on here, but of course that's like Sam's number one. And the thing is, Gun Griffin it's just totally playable for me in Japanese, so I don't even think about it. But the thing is, Sam claims that there's like this incredibly deep story going on that starts in Gun Griffin 1 and then carries on through Gun Griffin 2. So and without really knowing what that is, I don't really think to include it in this list. But yeah, Sam really wants Gun Griffin 2. But the ones that I put are, let's see, Wacken Rotor, of course. There's this cyberpunk-esque kind of like dystopian kind of situation game, and it's like a isometric 3D platformer. Kind of think like what would you compare it to? Like the Tactics games, something like that.
Tactics Ogre.
Yeah, it does kind of have like that Yasunori Mitsuda, or not Yasunori Mitsuda, that Yasumi Matsuno kind of like Ivalice art style to it, but it's a totally different artist. It's just got that kind of grungy, almost like Vagrant Story kind of art vibe to it. It's a beautiful looking game, and it's got some interesting. It's not like incredibly deep with the combat system, but it's got like an interesting little mechanic and stuff. So that's cool. Baroque, I would love Baroque. You want me to just fire through these really quick? Baroque is one of those games that I just wish we could get a English translation on the Saturn. It is in English. It's on the Wii. So heavy lifting has been done in terms of the English, Japanese to English language. It's just that on the Wii, so much is lost in graphics translation. Like, it does not have a dark and like creepy vibe that it does on the Saturn.
So is this like a remake for the Wii?
It's like a remake for the Wii. Yeah, different graphics engine. Everything's, the colors are more saturated. Everything, the models are too smooth. I mean, you can go check it out on like a YouTube video, and you can just see that it's just doesn't even feel like the same game, but it is technically the same game, and so you can technically experience it and play the story. You just can't like get the same vibe that you can from the Saturn game.
I'm down to play that one.
Time Bokon series. This is one I've mentioned. It's a fun, cartoony looking shmup. It's from is Bokon to Ipatsu Dorombo Kam Pekiban.
It's the Yatterman series, like the Tatsunoko stuff.
Absolutely. So you're the bad guys, and you actually have to fight against the good guy, against the heroes. Like the hero, the superheroes or whatever, like are actually the bad guys in this game, because you are the villains, and they're like foiling your plans and stuff like that. So you have all these different vehicles, and each vehicle has like a different kind of shmup power and everything like that. So it's a fun game, lots of dialogue. So it would be good for a dub or just subs, but it basically plays out like a Saturday morning cartoon. Lots of fun. So Senken Kigyoden is like a it's a Japanese made game, but it's like about Chinese culture and stuff like that. It's like one of those, it's kind of like one of those old games like the water margin games, like the Suikoden games and stuff like that. This is a different like Chinese culture thing, but it is a game with probably a really heavy translation effort that would be involved, and I imagine there might be things lost in translation, so that might be one of the harder ones to do just from a translation perspective. You have to get somebody who is like really well versed in Japanese and understanding history and culture to probably do that one justice. But that's another isometric RPG. Of course, you got Tengai Makio 4, the Apocalypse, which is one I think a lot of people want to see.
Is that like from a series or something?
Yeah, Tengai Makio Far East from Eden.
Oh, that's Far East of Eden.
Yeah, Far East of Eden series. This is number 4, the Apocalypse. It is also, I want to say, I want to say it's isometric RPG. A lot of isometric RPGs here, including Suikoden.
Yeah, it's by the same
Suikoden.
guys that did Sakura Wars, right? Or the Red Company?
Believe so.
Or it's the same designer.
Yeah. So, and again, that's the thing too. You get artists that create like a visual aesthetic on these games, and it makes you think that they're like related, and a lot of times they're not. Of course, Princess Crown, I think that's one of the ones that gets repeated.
Everyone wants Princess Crown. Everyone.
Cyber Warrior was working on it for a long time. Then he kind of went MIA. He had life stuff come up, and I get that. And then, of course, I think Sam I Am was working on it, and then he's got sidetracked with a project. But I believe that he's still carrying the torch for that game, and people are just basically waiting to,
I'm ready to patch it. Got my legitimate disc over there, ready to patch.
I guess, sooner or later, but we might all have like gray beards by that time.
Just play the regular Princess Crown.
Shima Monogatari. A lot of people in the chat or in the were. A lot of people on Twitter would be like, Monogatari. I'm like, okay, well, Monogatari just means story. And there are like multiple games on Saturn with Monogatari in the title. Mm-hmm. So Nanatsukaze no Shima is story of the Island of Seven Winds. That's got like these amazingly full screen sprites. We're talking like there's this one sprite that takes up the entire screen and has several limbs that move and it breathes in and out, and its body like fluctuates and stuff. And it's like the art is amazing in that game. There's actually not a whole lot of actual spoken dialogue. It's pretty much bleeps and bloops and animal noises, and for the most part it would be a sub kind of game, but
yeah, that's fair.
Just an amazing kind of a point and click style adventure game, but like good, because I'm not like a fan of all point and click adventure games, but this one definitely. For Paul Borte out there, I know he's a huge Dungeon Master Nexus fan. Are you into Dungeon Master or like
I don't play crap games.
What's wrong with you? You
I don't know.
like
I'm not playing. Honestly, I do like roguelikes. I've been playing Returnal recently. That game's hard as nails.
Yeah. So Dungeon Master, great series, and I think I would love to see this game translated, to be honest with you. It's not unplayable, but it's not on that list of like easiest, most English-friendly Japanese games either. It's kind of like somewhere in the middle, I'd say. Solo Crisis.
Oh yeah, actually, I was gonna say that I think we're running low on time until we get to the game stream.
Low on time?
Yeah, if we want, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a couple gains that, like, there's a couple I want to talk about that we can talk about other things big. Sam Show, Shin Megami Tensei, Money Puzzle, Moija, and then Hokkaido and Virus. Why don't we do those ones, and actually Super Tempo as well. And
I wasn't even going to put Money Puzzle on there, but we covered it in that one cast, and it's like that totally brought my attention to Money Puzzle. And it's a cute puzzler game, so I think that would be amazing if we got an English translation on that.
Yeah, for sure. Do we want to talk about the Sam Show one? I know that's a big one. That's even there's a Dreamcast version of that that's getting, I would say, I think it's the Dreamcast another RPG by one of the characters. This one's like the one this is a port from the Neo Geo one, right? The Neo Geo CD.
Correct. Which I have a copy of that, not translated. Now somebody told me that it was being translated or had been translated on Neo Geo. I couldn't find it. If that's true, that's awesome. I'd definitely like to download a patch and play that on my CDZ, but I have a legit copy that I could patch, but no, I would love to play this on the Saturn too, I mean, it is like many of the SNK games that got ported over to the Saturn and pretty much had perfect conversions. It's one of those games that it looks amazing on Saturn, and it'd be kind of interesting to have like a Samurai Showdown RPG,
I'd be down.
Playable in English. I'd be down.
I definitely know that there's a French one. Is it a French version that's on the Neo Geo, or is it on the Saturn that got a French translation? I can't remember.
I don't know. That's interesting you say that. Someone else said that there was like a Spanish version of...
Or maybe it was Spanish.
One of these games got like a Spanish translation, but...
Interesting.
So that's a Latin language, at least, so it'd be easy to go from that into English, but some things might be lost in translation.
All right, what about Virus? Want to talk about that
virus
one?
there.
I know
Yeah,
this
so
is a
Ben,
Ben's favorite game.
yeah, he was like, I vote for that. And I mean, there's a perfect case in point because he couldn't even get out of the first room when he was playing that game. Poor Ben. So, I mean, an English translation would certainly help there, you know. I don't know what it was. He really did. I was on that stream and he was struggling for over an hour to try to figure out like either the menus or I mean, imagine you would just go to a guide and figure out what to do, but he was trying to do it without looking at a guide and he just couldn't figure out how to get out of the first room. So there was something
R.I.P.
that he needed to do. Yeah. Stellar Assault. I have to mention it, even though you didn't. So Stellar Assault.
Yeah, we do that.
Again, that's one that Saturn Memories shouted out. It's a great game. Do you enjoy rail shooters like Star Fox?
Yeah.
Stellar Assault, it's really slick looking 3D shooter on the Saturn. Really nice looking graphics on the Saturn. Excellent sound. If you play this in like Dolby Stereo and just like blast it at 11, it's such a gaming it's such like a 90s arcade gaming experience, you know, like those theaters that you would go into and pay like $4 for an arcade game, you know, the ones I'm talking about, so that you could blast aliens in a room of like 4 or 6 people with all guns and stuff. It's that kind of shooter. And there's a navigator. There's like a voice navigation and like a pilot and I think it would be a good one for a dub. Or no, that wouldn't be good for subs. You'd be like blasting away and not being able to read anything. But yeah, so that would be a good one.
What about Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner? I think somebody posted a work of an example of that. I forgot who it was. I don't think it was Knight that posted, did it?
Yes. Actually, Knight did respond on Facebook of all places. So I posted this on Facebook again as well, and Knight did share with us that he actually poked around in quite a few of these games just to show that what was possible. And I can't quite remember which ones it was. There were several that he showed examples of. Okay, well, all of these were. Oh, here you go. He said. He showed that it is possible to hack English into Solo Crisis, into that Kegan's. I can't say it right now. Hold on a second. The one that I was telling you was like a Chinese.
Yeah.
That one. Let's see, what else did he have?
Senkin Kingyeon, whatever it is.
Kingyeon,
yeah, whatever.
Gesso Suikoden, of course. I mean, and of course it exists in English on the PlayStation. So there's another example of kind of like a lunar situation where all the English has been done. You just kind of have to figure out how to hack it into the game, but at least you have a translation done. Mm-hmm. So that might be an easy project for somebody. And Sam's game, Gun Griffin 2, totally possible. He hacked SSG into there.
Yeah.
Hello, SSG. And then, of course,
I thought it was SGG.
Oh, did he do SG? Yeah, he did SGG.
Yeah.
Riglord Saga 2, which, you know, Blazing Heroes or Mystaria, it's actually a really, really good game. Very, very similar to, say, like Shining Force 3 style of gameplay. And Riglord Saga 2, I would love to play that in English. And then, again, Nick would be excited for this one, Omakase Savers. He was able to hack in English, like, and it looks really good. The font looks very legible.
Powerpuff Girls in the game.
Yeah. So I mean, Omakase Savers, it could happen. Jason, you want to translate a game? You're done with the whole Charlie the Unicorn thing, right?
Got nothing better to do.
You got nothing better to do, right? No, he's got lots of stuff better to do.
Love you, Jason.
But still, I mean, that's like his game, right?
I'm trying to see.
So SMT though, you love SMT games, right? I love SMT.
I just bought a $400 box set for SMT, so I did.
The vinyl, I saw that. Man, that must have been spendy.
Let's just say that I had some extra money from different places.
Gotcha. Okay, but I mean, there's more than just Devil Summoner on the Saturn, though, right? There's a few of the, well, not Shin Megami Tensei, but I'm thinking of.
I don't think Persona's on there.
Well, there's no Persona, but there's like the Soul Hackers games, you know?
Oh yeah, I guess that technically counts.
I'm trying to think. There's a few of those Atlas games, but not coming to mind right now. What do you think about Soldner's Child?
I never played it.
One. You never played it?
No.
Battles play out kind of on a field similar to God, what are those? I don't know. I don't know what to compare it to, but it's an interesting looking game. And then of course Fanta Step. That's another one that Nick was like, "Oh, I'd love to see that translated." Fanta Step is actually that is what I would actually call what's that term that we hate in retro gaming circles? A hidden gem. I actually would call Fanta Step a hidden gem. You know?
Can somebody put stars in their eyes and say hidden gem on the screen?
Hidden gem.
Hidden gem. I'll put my mouth open before it's like.
Yeah.
Like just put stars in my eyes and be like hidden gem, and send that icon for us. Whoever edits this, do it. Love you.
You know, there's some games that don't really need to be translated, but it would be fun. Like Densha to Go EX, Densha to Go, fun train simulator game on Saturn. It would be fun. You know.
Yeah, Hokkaido. That's another one that we should talk
Hokkaido.
about.
That's one that came out of left field for me. I looked at that cover so many different times and passed it up, and then we covered it on this recent cast, and that game won me over.
It was a blast to play.
Amazing. It was a blast. Jesus Town. The Jesus hand.
Jesus hand.
You got what did you say about Star Wars? It was like
Hokkaido. Yeah, Hokkaido himself inspired Darth Vader.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
So that was crazy. That was awesome. Of course, Initial D. I think you and I would both love a sub version of that, right?
Exactly.
So we know the story.
The thing is that would anyone want
the anime though? It's going to be the anime. That's all it is. You know, if you watch the anime, you basically get the gist.
Speaking of anime, also Lupin the Third, the Saga of Pyramid.
Yes, agreed.
I'm a big Lupin the Third fan, so
yeah,
I agree.
It's a playable game, even though it's in Japanese. But again, you don't benefit from the story. Cyberdoll, that's another one. I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot more, but there's so many. Sorvis,
so many.
Cyberdoll is one of those cool games. If you just type in Cyberdoll, you have to type in Saturn though, because you might get something weird if you just type in Cyberdoll. But if you look
Tactics Ogre, shit, I forgot about that.
Yes, if you look, or Terra Fantastica as well. Terra Fantastica and Tactics Ogre, both
Technically,
awesome.
Tactics Ogre is on the PSP. I think it's remade.
It is, and is it on the SNES as well?
Is it? I think that was a different game. I know it was Ogre
Together?
Battle. No, I know Ogre Battle was, but I don't know if that's the same game. Is it?
Okay,
Somebody correct us.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But Let Us Cling Together has already been translated, I think, right? So that's
it was
another
on the
one
PSP though.
Yeah. Terra Fantastica, of course. A lot of people agreed with that one. Cyberdoll is an amazing looking game, and I think that's another one that would be awesome. And then Super Tempo. Super Tempo is another game that is like playable in English, is playable for Americans, no problem. But I mean, like, I wish it was in English because there's some weird stuff going on that I'm not exactly sure what it is, you know? That rounds out my list, but there's so many more. There's just so much more.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Speaking of which, we should probably go into our game stream where I'm actually going to do something fun.
Yes.
I printed out a guide. I got it right here. It's kind of hard to see. For Vakken Rotor. We're going to play some Vakken Rotor. Dave's been hounding me to play it. I don't know why. Like, what do you really want? Like, is it really that great of a game, Dave? Like, seriously, I have to play it on stream with a guide. Are you gonna help me out with this or what?
Night of Dragon is gonna help you out with this.
Okay, fair enough. You got the guide ready, Night of Dragon?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Thanks.
Is it how you pronounce it in German? Vakken with a V?
Yeah.
So there's a story about
Vakken Rotor.
Actually a story about this, right, Knight? So a guy named Glenn, he decided to translate. He decided to make a translation guide on, I don't know, GameFAQs or whatever, for Vakken Rotor, right? And that's how folks have been playing it for recent years. Pat's smiling. I don't know what it is.
Sorry, Nick typed Wacket Rider. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was pretty funny. But yeah, no, they're playing 3 years just with this guide, but this guide is like the essential way to play Vakken Rotor, Wacken Rider, whatever you want to call your ride that's Wacken. Whack it.
Yeah, like he translated it with his eventually wife. Like, I guess they translated together and they got married and they're still married.
That's pretty awesome.
Cool story. Yeah, that's awesome. And so this has been the like de facto way to play it because it's like a full English translation, but it basically exists in the form of a guide.
Yeah, so this is how I want to play it. I think this is going to be my new Sakura Wars. So we're gonna tough through this But before we do that, why don't we shout out our patrons, right? So let's do that before we head out. Shouts out to Emerald Nova, Johannes Fetz, Derek Pascarella, A-Team, Amamphis, Tanuki Trev, Young Money Swee, and that's it. If you guys want to get shouted on the SHIRO show, you can back us on Patreon at the $10 level. We'll get you a shout on the SHIRO show. All the levels will get your name in the credits when it does the credit stuff on the screen right there. If you don't want to back us on Patreon, but you want to support us financially, you can also buy a cool shirt at our SHIRO show merch store. We have some awesome designs. Actually, we have a couple new designs, don't we, Dave? Right?
Yeah, and I put up a web posting on that, but we kind of glossed past it. But
did it show up on the? No,
yeah, it showed up.
It showed the
past it.
No, it showed the Sophie collection, but not the two other ones.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what? That's true because I didn't. I just recently put up 2 other designs, but the Sophie. So yeah, Pat again. I already mentioned this, but Pat was like, "We need more merch. We need new merch because, the store was getting a little stale, and we." I think Pat was like, "Oh, I'm gonna commission out for some I don't
anime
know,
stuff. I want to get an anime shirt."
And I was like, "Okay, fine. I'll just try my hand at drawing again." And so I did.
Yeah,
and it turned out pretty well. And then I think Derek A-Team was the one who named her. I was like,
Sophie.
Yeah,
and
Sophie.
And this actually is the second design with her as well. And I really like this design.
That's the white really Saturn cute design. So we got a black one, we got a black Saturn, and then a white Saturn.
Yeah, we have the black one right here. The shirt that's I think we talked about.
Well, I guess it's the gray Saturn.
Gray Saturn. Then we have the white Saturn. Then we have this really cool SHIRO design with the Saturn on it. I really like this one a lot too. It's very retro looking.
Yeah, that was the idea. Sorry, there's something in my eye.
It's
tears.
So
if you guys want to support us without doing like a sustained contribution, you can go buy merch, and you'll help me make back the first few years of podcast hosting.
We're working on
at this point. That's what we're working on. We're working on making back the first few years of hosting the podcast. But yeah, you'd be helping us out either way,
Yep, and if you can't support us financially, you can just support us by sharing us out, liking, commenting, subscribing to us, ringing the bell so you get notified when we go live and release our videos. Right. But yeah,
share on social media, all that good stuff.
Exactly. All right. I think that's it. Why don't we go over to the stream? You're gonna be joining us, right, Dave, for a little bit. You're gonna be holding the script.
I will stick
around.
I will hold.
What about Nova's thing?
Oh yeah,
we forgot about that.
We can do that during the stream, but do you want to do it? Yeah, I'll do it right now. So Nova is doing a charity stream with Millennium Shane, was it?
Yeah, Millennium Shane.
Yeah, so they're doing a charity stream. What is it? 12 hours of coding. Basically, he needed an excuse to turn his crunch. So he turned his crunch time for not Seniryu, but Blue Skies. He's gonna be crunching on Blue Skies as a charity stream. Blue Skies, and I think that's a great way to utilize that crunch time. So it's going to a good cause.
So check out Extra Life.
That's on Wednesday. Yeah, to support Extra Lives, that's on Wednesday. Check it out on Emerald's Twitch channel, and I think we could probably share that in the comments.
Yeah, we'll share that out. If somebody get the link for that, but I
have it.
We'll also shout out again during the gameplay portion because we split it up so that way we'll get extra exposure.
Yes.
But all right, why don't we move on to the gameplay portion? I think I turned the Saturn on. I don't know if I did or not. I'll have to double check when I switch over. But let me go do that.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully.
So I'm copying it right into the YouTube comments. Here.
Yeah, let me go change monitor. Alrighty, hopefully. Okay.
There we go.
Alright, so here we go. Let's go. Vok and Rotor, you guys got the guide ready, right? I'm not gonna look like an idiot.
Oh, you're gonna look like an idiot no matter what.
You're gonna look like an idiot no matter what. You got
All right, let's do
Actually,
it.
no, I like the Santa hat, but
I'm not dumb. I promise.
I've disappeared. No, I'm kidding.
Oh crap!
It's cool. No, don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I'm still here in audio.
I know next to nothing about this game. This is one that a lot of people have asked me to look into because they claim it's so close to Shining Force 3 and it's built on the Shining Force 3 engine.
Yeah, they're wrong.
Yeah, they're wrong. Even our boy Sega Lord X, he's out there sharing that lie.
Yeah, no, it's not. But look at that start. Look at that start screen. Wait.
I do have to say, yeah, as Lacquerware points out, I do like the music in this game.
Oh God, guys, we're doing Matrix stuff. Uh-oh, Dave is materializing into the show. Oh my God! Look who is appearing.
I'm in a video game.
Dave is not in the video. Actually, let me put him on the correct seat.
You can leave the chat. You don't have to, Pat. It's fine.
Your color palette now matches the game.
Yeah, there you go. I look like I was meant to be in a dystopian future game.
You're right there,
Which is
Dave.
basically what Tron is. Tron's very dystopian future, so shouts to Greg for calling that out. He's right. I look like a Tron character.
You look like a fool, Dave. You look like a clown. With that clown mask on. No, but you look
the
good.
graphics in this game are great.
What is that? Final Fantasy VII?
Well,
Technically, you're not wrong.
It'd be impossible to say that it wasn't inspired by that. Considering this came out in '98, I imagine like almost every RPG that came out in '98 was somehow inspired by Final Fantasy VII.
Oh,
Or Xenogears, because Final Fantasy VII was inspired by Xenogears.
Fair. So yeah, beautiful game, excellent art style, really dark story. really like, it's quite a downer, but I mean it's intriguing. I will say the title Wakenroder actually means to stub guards or to snub guards, or I don't know. It basically means to defeat guards. Because Waken means, rotor. That's my best translation.
Rotor-Rooter, that's my favorite place to go. If I need something rooted, I go to roverrooter.com.
I'll just say the word, okay? How it's actually pronounced. It's Wachenröder.
Wachenrooter. Let's get into this though, guys.
Backloader.
You guys ready?
Bachpin.
You guys got the guide ready, right?
Yep.
Alright, let's start this. Alright, let's do this, boys.
Let's do it.
Wait, what the? What?
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, what?
Well, this is in English. What is going on here? What is my disc image? I swear to God, I got this and I got the thing and like I got it, like the Japanese copy of it, and I ripped this. Why is this in English? What is going on?
Did you use
No,
magic
I didn't.
to
I didn't do
finagle it
anything.
into the game? Well, how did you insert this into the game?
I didn't insert anything. I ripped the disc.
You're damn right. Knight of Dragon inserted it into the game. That's seriously, like Knight. You gotta say something.
What is going on?
You guys are enjoying the moment. I'm just watching the chat, seeing how their reaction is.
No, seriously, I was kind of surprised because while we're doing the bulk slash stream the other day, and they were talking to Crouching Mouse, and Knight comes alongside in a private chat and he's just like, don't show anybody this, but he shows me the title, and I'm just like, what the, okay, I've been asking you for how long, and you've been telling me that it's like too hard, and then all of a sudden you just do it. Like, but it has been hard, right?
Oh, it definitely hasn't been all of a sudden I just do it. No. I've been tinkering with this thing all year.
It seems like it was all of a sudden.
Yeah, like, it came out of nowhere.
All year. Yeah.
Why did you keep this a secret? Now we're only 4 people in chat, and I was about to ask, oh, this is probably just one of those which are only in Japanese, and I can't play it. And suddenly, why is this in English?
Because this is my gift to everybody who sticks with the show.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, and the best part, I think you should announce it tonight. We're gonna tell the people. When can they get their hands on this?
Greg is like, this game can kind of be a downer.
Yeah, so
no kidding.
My goal with this is to get this into everybody's hand. A very rough draft, first version for Christmas next Friday. Like, the version you guys have is not the same version that I have. I had to give you guys the safe version that doesn't crash. Because there's just the way they designed this game, there's a lot of text, English side. Whereas everything's kanji on the Japanese side, so smushed.
Right.
And so the game crashes a lot. So I had to give you guys the safe version.
Can you chill it with the output? I need to play Bulk Slash, I need to play Wachenröder, I need to play Sakura Wars.
No.
No.
I have a masterpiece, right?
So this right here, what's happening right here is a stream, right? It's like text is flying at you and you can't control the speed, right? It's just coming at you.
Right? No, I control it. Like, I control it, like, I hit the button.
Okay, well, wait, was it just was it in the beginning when they were like telling you this is a story and everything like that?
Yeah, that's automated.
Just a stream? Okay, and that's a little fast, to be honest with you.
I read it fine, but I'm a fast reader, though.
Well, I am too, but it was last night. It was late last night, and I was like, okay, this is really fast. I have to like keep up. Now these parts, it's just, you control the text advancement. But I do notice what Knight's saying, how like the text kind of goes outside of the margin of the
and it's hard to read
there's
it.
just so much text. Oh yeah, the color needs to be changed on this text, but...
Well, yeah, in some of these scenes, I still have to expand that box size.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
These lines one by one, because that little black area, it's just one line of text.
Right.
So I increased the area size. I just got to increase the background. When working with this in Java, that dark gray area doesn't even exist. So I see next to nothing. Mm-hmm. So I have to debug this part on like a Mednafen or actual hardware, which is even more of a pain.
You must have a fun time playing with the contrast on your monitor.
Now, you're not looking for a team for this, right? You're just like Supermaning this thing. Right?
Yeah, as of right now, it's just me. Okay. Right now, my goal is just to get everything documented and filled out. This way, when if I take a second stab at it, we can go through, clean up the text. Right. And I'll have something for, who knows, myself or a bunch of people to properly make it. Because the translation we have out there right now, that's just like a straight, direct Japanese translation.
Right. Transliteration, basically.
Yeah.
It's like not localized at all. So you're basically this kid who grows up in this really effed up, future society where like there's ash and smoke in the sky. There's no sun.
Corporations fucked over the world. Screwed over the world. Sorry.
Corporations effed over the world. You're trouble breathing and stuff like that. There's this sickness called heavy water sickness. Your sister has it. Like, what is it? Painful to be in the sunlight. Is that what it was?
Yeah, like her skin burns.
Her skin burns, almost like a vampire, basically. She feels like spiders all over her skin, and everything like that. Somehow he doesn't have it. So it's kind of like he's afflicted by. It's almost more painful for him because he has to watch his sister die while he's perfectly healthy, and his dad is. Do you get the impression that his dad just doesn't care, or that his dad?
I think his dad is just so emotionally drained. He just loses his will. Like I equivalent this game to a civilization of lethargy is the best way I can describe it.
Michael, it's an isometric strategy RPG. so it's kind of like it would kind of be like Final Fantasy Tactics ish. You have like it's a steampunk kind of thing, so you've got like steam powered weapons, and you need to use like certain skills and stuff like that to hone your abilities with the weapons and stuff like that. Not a visual novel, but lots of text, lots of walls of scrolling text, but very deep and quite depressing story. But again, it's like, as depressing as it is, it's also incredibly like engrossing in terms of like just how crazy effed up it is.
Yeah. In all honesty, the way that I played this last night to capture footage, and
same.
like
Well,
I
not
don't.
to capture footage.
Yeah, I don't even know if we're gonna make it to the first battle today unless I skip through a bunch of stuff.
You should. We're kind of paraphrasing it, so you should just mash that button and get to the battle so that folks can see. I think there are interesting. So you mentioned something about the guy who did this is like a musician. And I noticed that he makes references to like King Crimson, like.
Yeah, actually, a musician did. The guy from, I forgot what band it was, did music for the game.
It was
I think
King Crimson, I thought.
Yeah, he was in King Crimson, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then they mentioned King Crimson as like a character or a.
It's a town name, I believe.
It's a town. Yeah.
Yeah.
They named the city King Crimson, which is great.
That's also a JoJo villain from Part 5 of JoJo, King Crimson.
Yeah.
So is this an exclusive for the Saturn?
Yeah,
This is exclusive. Yep. Another Saturn exclusive.
locked in Japan.
This is not like a PlayStation 1 text script.
No, this is so. I'll say it again, but there's a guy named Glenn, and do you know his wife's name? Knight.
Oh, I had it, but I don't have it right now.
Okay, so I guess he and his girlfriend, or he and this other girl, who kind of came together through the partnership of translating this game in the form of a document, like a game fact, over on GameFAQs.com, and they got married, and they're still married to this day. And this is kind of like what brought them together, is the translation of this game. And this document has been like the de facto translation that folks have been using to play this game, to play through this game. And so Knight just basically took the text and was able to hack it into the game. But I say hack because it just doesn't seem straightforward like games like I don't know, like Bulk Slash or even Castlevania. You would say it's like much harder than it was to do Castlevania?
Oh, this one definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get into the back end a little bit later.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick that this game doesn't mess around. It has cursing.
There is no God.
Like this line right here is just the most like melodramatic thing ever. Like this sets the tone for this. This is a grim world, my friends. Like I think this is even worse than Midgar. Like Midgar is bad, but this is like people are dying horrendously here.
I do get the Midgar vibe though, Yeah. So I don't know if they were just being developed simultaneously without knowledge of each other, or if there was actual inspiration.
This came out after Final Fantasy VII, because Fantasy dropped it. It came out in '97. After? This came out in '98.
Yeah. Okay. So there definitely could have been inspiration.
When did Xenogears come out? Because Xenogears is also pretty dark and has some dark themes.
No, I definitely hear you. And again, Xenogears. Do you really want me to check on that?
Another great line. But yeah, the father is a POS, which I'm not gonna say what the S stands for, piece of something, but it was the first line in that one thing I hold.
Xenogears was 98, so yeah, so the medicine doesn't. Yeah, you're right. The dad just kind of has given up. He's just to a point where he just is like waiting for her to die.
Yeah, pretty much.
They can't afford to spend their money on the medicine, and the medicine again seems to be a placebo. So
yeah, I'm just gonna run through these, but we'll just tell you the story as it's going. So far, it's still there's a placebo. She wants her to read that story that he read earlier, and then we'll get to the other scene. I'll skip through that as well, but we'll give you a background.
But she continues to have like these seizures or these episodes, and they're getting closer in frequency.
Exactly. She's
So
definitely
he goes
dying.
out. He needs to go find some way to be what do you call it? Like a white knight?
Yeah.
Was it like a knight of dragon?
Yeah, I
Like-
think it is. I mean, that's pretty much what Night of Dragon is.
Her knight of dragon.
Did it seriously just, is the name of the city seriously Violent City Slum Area?
It is Violent City. That's the name of it.
Yep,
Yeah.
Violent City. Yep.
And this,
Hey man, we got Jesus Town in Hokkaido. Now we got Violent City
And King Crimson.
in King Crimson. Yep.
But yeah, no. Basically, what he wants to do now is he wants to join the competition. So I guess he wants to make money and become a victor knight. So he's gonna meet with his men in black people to join this competition. What he's doing right now.
Yes. Now, I want to check on this. The art style in this game, and again, like as an artist, I kind of hone in on this stuff. But the hand-drawn images, even used as like the speech, the faces for avatars for the characters, and then also the hand-drawn artwork for the ads and stuff, looks a lot like the same person that did Groove On Fight. And I remember thinking that last night, but I didn't actually look it up. So Groove On Fight,
I thought the same thing.
it looks like it's the exact same artist that did Groove On Fight. So I have to look up who the artist was. Let's see here.
Yeah. So now that
Range Murata.
Dave's favorite scene with Khalif.
Oh yeah, poor Khalif. Never gets his memories.
rip. Yeah. So basically, the weapons that he has is called a sledge. It's basically like a sword that you can rev up, kind of like it's kind of like the one guy from Devil May Cry sword. I forgot his name is. It's not Virgil. It's the other guy.
Oh my god,
What's his name? Whoever knows in the chat, the other guy that's not Virgil or Dante.
Dude, I called that. Vakenroder, Groove On Fight, Animatrix, Last Exile. He's done a ton of stuff. We actually wouldn't call this game steampunk though. According to this, it's diesel punk.
That makes sense. It kind of has the same vibe as Final Fantasy VII,
Yeah.
which definitely has that Diesel vibe. Is that like Diesel, like the rapper, or?
No, it's like instead of things running on Steam, it's more like they're running, because Steam actually would make for a much cleaner society. No, it's diesel punk. Everything's running on like dirty diesel.
Yeah.
You know?
Nero, that was the character's name. Nero. He had the rev up sword. So.
Yeah. So the artist his name is Range Murata.
Got a lot of range.
He's got range. Worked for Atlas, Power Instinct. He's done the Animatrix.
Oh wow, Animatrix, dang, that was a good one.
Yeah, Spy Fiction, Attack on Titan, Copcraft. But yeah, definitely same artist. You can kind of tell, and I almost thought that he did the art for Pulirula. No, not Pulirula. That other, can't remember what it was called, but it doesn't matter because he wasn't.
I did have a question real quick. I don't know if it's just me, but there's on the side of the screen, you guys can't see it because I cut it off. There's a blue border on the side of each side of the screen that goes like from black to blue. Do you see that as well on your thing, Knight?
Yeah, that's normal. That's the background.
Yeah, you being on this screen right now?
Yeah. You can't see it on mine. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that like one of those off-screen things? Like if you have a CRT, you won't see it?
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
No. This is one of those games. This is one of those games where the play field is like this. See, like that. All of the graphics and the 3D play field is almost kind of like an isometric box, I guess, and it just kind of floats over this like gradient background. That's actually normal. That's in the game.
Okay.
It's just weird. It's like a.
It's on like the bottom right corner then.
Yeah, you're talking about the bottom right.
Yeah, because it extends on both sides of the screen.
Oh, right. Okay, check this out. This is sad. How old are you?
16.
16. He's like, okay, kill this guy. Like, you're 16 years old. He's just like, kill this random person.
Oh, kill this guy behind me. What the hell?
Yeah. That's like the test that he has to pass. But this guy behind him, his name is Khalif, right? My name is Khalif.
What is Khalif?
I fight today to regain my lost memory.
Are you ready?
Are you ready, boy? Oh well.
You dead.
You dead.
Yeah, I'll have a copy of this, or a version that's out for Christmas on next Friday, and then I'll have another version for the contest.
Cool.
Yeah. So the also I noticed that 2 people mentioned that the guitar sounds a lot like David Gilmour's from Pink Floyd. So I appreciate people. Like it does have. Like it does sound like the Vision Bell, right? Is that just me?
Yeah,
Not this horse.
I mean, I'm hearing that. I'm hearing what you mean.
Yeah. The only complaint I have is that they don't let you play these Battlefield things for like a tutorial. Like he goes in this arena and he has to fight all these people. They don't let you play that out. You just fight like some random guy in the side streets. In all honesty, I actually got a game over from that one.
From the first battle?
Yeah, because I didn't know how to heal them.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy. You have to balance a bunch of stuff because, oh yeah, here's your sister. Looks like she's going through a heroin withdrawal. No, I don't know.
Jesus, Dave.
Anyway, so yeah. Oh man, you come back to your room and there's like blood spatter on the wall. You're like, what the hell?
Kind of reminds me of Mother 3 almost.
So what does that insinuate? Does that insinuate that the father like put her out of her misery, or that her brain exploded?
Like, I just thought the bed was missing.
I mean, no, there's blood on the wall. Unless she like coughed up blood or something like that. I don't
Maybe.
know. I don't know what that insinuates, but
I
was thinking it was like an old Yeller kind of thing. You know,
yeah, I think she just died. She died literally yesterday. That's some dark stuff.
Yeah, it's dark. So when you're fighting, you have like a lot of options. You can use the double cross swords, you know? And
yeah, do the 3D one.
Yeah, you do that one, and that does a lot of damage, but it doesn't heat up your weapon nearly as much as like the gauge one. The gauge one is cool, where you can ramp up the gauge and then do like a big strike, but then it heats up your weapon, and you have a choice to either continue. Oh, and you can save. Okay, so status and stuff is not translated yet, I take it.
Yeah, no.
That's not.
And then also show the data. Yeah, so you got.
It won't let me save to the system RAM. That's weird.
Cartridge.
No, it won't let me. It won't let me select system RAM. That's weird.
Not enough space.
Maybe.
Oh, I was able to select it yesterday.
I guess maybe I don't have enough space on mine.
Oh, maybe you don't have enough space. Okay, that's fine. And you can also save during the battles too, which is cool that they allow that. So yeah, you can do the.
I think we might have had a crash.
Is it like a Fire Emblem thing where you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I wasn't anticipating you guys saving.
Oh well,
I did not include that part.
Okay.
I saved successfully last time.
I saved on emulator, so I didn't do it on real hardware. That might be part of it.
It was weird. I saved last night and it worked, but I saved today and it didn't. And it crashed.
Can you fire it up and just load your save?
No, it won't let me continue. I tried that last night. It crashed it.
Okay.
Is the in-battle save like a Fire Emblem save where it's a temporary save and you...
Yes. Yeah, it's a different save than your in-dialogue save.
So I don't think it lets you save scum though, sadly.
Okay, so when you are in battle though, the cool thing is, so you know the little happy face wait thing? You can wait and cool down your weapon, but it also takes away a lot of your move points, so you can't move. One thing I noticed that worked really well is attacking the enemy and then backing away.
Hey, you got
and then
blue this time.
Wait, what?
The background's blue.
Weird.
wait, what?
It was
Oh,
just-
the
It was
text
just showing the
background?
one line before. Now the whole thing's showing. Anyway, continue.
Well, more interesting stuff that Knight is gonna have to mess around with.
Live on air. This is what's half the fun,
Live
guys.
on air. Yeah, it's crazy because there were some differences playing this in SSF than playing it on what I'm seeing you do now on real hardware, but it's interesting.
Yeah, this is real hardware using a satiator.
Yeah.
Vogel, which is what is Vogel? I think that's Bird. Yeah, Bird.
But
Und die Vogel singen nicht mehr.
How are we on time? We got
Got plenty. Got
plenty of
with
time. Yeah,
six-
just mash those
4
buttons.
through 7.
Mash those buttons to get back in it. So yeah, I mean the battle system is cool. It takes some getting used to. Definitely, having the use of like a manual that you could actually look at that was translated would definitely help. But yeah, I gamed over the first time, and then I went back in and I was able to beat the first battle once I got the hang of like what all you were supposed to do.
Yeah, I was pretty confused. I didn't know. I got the heat, and I thought it was like some special attack. I didn't know I had to I didn't know how to retreat and come down.
So Shadow Mask is down to do audio editing. Shadow Mask, you still need to work on Death Mask. But no, I'm sure nobody's gonna say no to any help. I don't know what kind of audio editing you would need if this.
Yeah,
was
this would be like more
straight
just
up
replacing text.
localization. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Feel free, Greg, feel free to come join us if you want to talk. So some of the writing I did notice. I noticed that some of the writing is a little like weird, like some of the sentence structures, and I'm not like most of it is fine. Most of it's fine, but I noticed like
There's some misspellings
I'm a
too.
stickler for grammar, for good grammar, and I noticed that like some of the sentences like didn't really read perfectly. But again, like that's just coming straight from the guide, coming straight from the
Yeah, there actually was a
translation
typo that is in there too.
Yeah,
I forgot to mention that.
I noticed that.
But like I said, I'm not complaining because this is the first alpha.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's quite a few things that change. Like, one of the limitations I have is I only get 18 characters per row.
Right.
And then, I get 4 columns that I put in for the stories and 3 here. With the exception of this part, that stupid arrow, I can't move that. So I get 17 in that last one. And then on top of that, some of these have faces. So I have to go through and move the faces, otherwise I get even less text. So
And
at some point,
there's no other way around it.
I mean, that's a future thing. I have to go in and rewrite the entire thing to do a variable width font, so I get more space, more characters per row.
Yeah.
It's either that or I have like half words going from one row to the other, and I don't like that design. So you just get more boxes to push through.
Yeah, there's a lot of boxes. Can you actually control how many boxes there are so you don't have to... Like, you're able to control that so you don't have to specifically, okay, I have to go through 5 boxes, so I need 5 boxes with the text? Or can you, have infinite?
Yeah, you can have it. The way it works is, I have this program that I wrote that just takes the script and formats to what I need. So it'll do, 887, and then new bubble, I call it. 887, new bubble.
So you wrote a tool to kind of automate.
Oh, I have like 5 or 6 tools I had to write for this game. The way these files are all structured, it's a mess. Because it's like 5 zip files within each other that you have to unpack just to get to the text. And the encoding they used is not something normal to translation. They used AI compression, which I don't understand why, because it doesn't really compress the files that much. I'm thinking somebody, they're just like, oh, we have this new compression, I gotta play with it. But if they use what's called byte pair encoding, it came out in like 93, 94, I want to say.
Yeah.
It, like I said, it's designed for AI, but somebody here decided to use it.
Somebody paid for the tools and they were gonna use it. God damn it!
That's probably it. Yeah. And so it hasn't been a fun experience, but I can tell you this is nothing like Shining Force 3. Shining Force 3 was very simple. All the assets were well designed. Like in this game, I could easily break it with anything. Throw in a period somewhere, game will break. So I have to do what I'm doing, play through the game, and just work on the translation scene by scene.
Yeah.
Like that intro, that took me like a week to do.
Speaking of which, did we want to misspell something that was on the Wikipedia page that you said that was Shining Force 3? It said Shining Force 3 uses the same engine as this game.
Yes.
Do you want to spell that?
Yes, please. We need to use these guys as a trusted source and get that rumor out that they're claiming this game was built on the Shining Force 3 engine.
It is not.
I've been through both of these sets of code. There is almost nothing comparable.
Knight is the guy. If anybody knows anything about Shining Force 3, it's Knight.
Here's what we're gonna do. Send me a quote, like in the text. I'm gonna put out an article right after this video is over. Send me a quote saying like what's wrong with it, and I'll be like, this is like people. One of the things people incorrectly assume is that this is based on Shining Force 3. This is what Knight says. Quote that, and it'll be on our site, and we could try to submit it as a reliable source.
There you go.
So just text it. Tell me how to text in in our chat that we have, and you'll be good to go.
So sorting out Saturn bullshit since I don't know when you're on 2016.
Is that when you started Shining Force 3 translation for scenarios 2 and 3?
No, I started Shining Force 3 back in 2005, 6.
All right, dispelling Saturn since 2005. Yeah. Wow, so you know your stuff, damn.
I was talking about the SHIRO show, but
oh, okay. Yeah, it's 2017.
Yeah.
2017. And how Knight also said Tokimeki Memorial from Konami was very badly coded. What's worse, this or
Tokimeki?
Yeah, Tokimeki.
I have no idea what that game is, so I didn't look at that.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm not gonna save. I'm gonna exit.
Art of Noise. That's what it said on the map. 4 winters later, a young man arrived in the imperial city King Crimson. He found himself in a city of poverty-stricken. Violent and poverty-stricken. Art of Noise, I guess, is the name of the city. The city has always been stagnant because of the sky. The gray fragments fluttering. Oh yeah, there's like soot and like gray.
Germinate. Is Germinate turning people into Germans or adding germs?
Germinate. Imperial City.
Back alley brawl.
Carol. What are you doing to me, bastards?
I like this guy's helmet. It kind of reminds me of
Yeah, I know. He's got a crazy helmet.
Like Marvel superheroes.
I'm
That's
sorry,
what I thought too.
You're gonna die. I'm sorry, but you're gonna die. Miss Carol, the maid.
Sorry, am I going too fast?
No, it's fine.
I like this guy's fast face.
Even though
Turning
you're a woman.
people into Germans is Germanized, not Germanize. Oh god.
Deutschanize.
Get away. So like are they in a maid cafe? Oh, they're in some kind of bar.
Drunk man.
And now we're inside the bar.
Sweet, thanks for that quote. I'll put that in the article as soon as this is done.
This is unfamiliar to me. He's picking on you. Lucian. Oh, by the way, your name is Lucian, which reminds me of Sword and Sorcery, Lucian's Quest, the 3DO game.
Kind of reminds me of Lucas and it's kind of funny because it's similar hairstyle and similar family, like a family member dying. Spoilers, your mom dies in Mother 3 in the first scene. So, spoilers if you want to play Mother 3. Sorry about that.
Really?
You had about 15 years to play that, so.
Hey, you gave him a head start.
I didn't finish that because I heard it has such a horrible ending, but now they're making a fan Mother 4, and maybe it has a more positive ending, so maybe I'm gonna finish Mother 3.
Yeah. I like how they say, like, see us, let's take us outside, and you just like walk slowly outside. You're like, okay. But somehow they get outside way ahead of you and they get killed and you just like come out late. I'm just like, what kind of, how is like taking a fight outside work like that?
Yes. Yes is the question and the answer.
There is no translation for those kanji.
Translation is but.
So yeah, these guards they surround Carol, and here's the weird helmet guy. Who the hell are these bastards?
Nice. He just saw 69.
Most of these names can be traced to somewhere, but I could not find the reference to Belbet yet. The guy that did most of the work claims that it was from Velvet Revolver, but that band did not come out till well after this game was made.
Gonna be honest, Velvet Revolver
like
kind of
early
sucks.
2000. That's besides the point.
No, I think it makes sense.
All right.
Are you sure they didn't like do gigs before that?
Come on, spam that button.
Were they known enough? I mean,
it is Slash's band. Well, this came out in '98, and Slash was out of Guns N' Roses like '96, I think, right?
You guys are the music guys.
I don't know, Dave. You'd know better than I am. I'm not a GNR
I'm
guy.
not a Guns N' Roses fan.
Okay, R.I.P.
So
we don't know.
We don't know. Sorry, I do know the "Take Me Down to the Paradise City."
Yeah,
I know that song, but I know that song because of that movie with I don't even remember the guy's name. It was Can't Hardly Wait. I think where the guy that looks like Pat gets up on the table and sings that song at the party.
Don't give people ideas,
he
Dave.
Look like Pat. He looks like your brother.
Yeah, don't give him ideas. I'm already getting McLovin references, so.
You're always getting McLovin? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
You don't look anything like McLovin.
No, definitely not McLovin.
My driver's license it does, but me right now I don't.
He'd
Like-
have to shave the beard to give
I
a
actually had
fair
hair.
evaluation.
I don't know if I would show my driver's license on stream, but I don't want to,
No,
like,
don't do that.
I don't
You
want to
wanna
get
dox
doxxed.
You don't need to. You do not need to do that. Everybody's gonna write down your address and
They'll send
gonna
me
be sending you
Saturn
mine,
stuff.
Oh, we could ask Xenos to translate that part for us.
Is it Gunbur or whatever?
Glühbirne, that's a light bulb.
Interesting. I didn't know that's what it's called.
all right. So yeah, this takes a while, and you got this kid who's like hanging out on the awning, on the building awning, and I guess he's just taking bets on who's gonna die.
Yeah. I think they relate to the girl.
He just mistook the girl for his dead sister, and then God really piped up, and now he wants to kill all the guys outside.
Mm-hmm.
I like the weather. It tells it's 20 degrees Celsius outside.
There? There's some weird characters in there.
No, that's just the in-game Japanese style that I haven't been able to translate yet.
I absolutely hate the whole C button to do things thing.
Oh yeah, that's kind of weird. I had to take time to get used to that as well.
Is it just C and not C&A? I've only played this game on a keyboard, so
Yeah,
I'm only
it's
hitting the
weird on a
button.
keyboard too. But anyway, you go get in front of them. You can decide which way to face. You can use two different weapon styles. That one is the gear weapon style, so you have to rev up the gear.
Oh, how do
Oh,
you?
you didn't rev. You gotta
I
hold
messed
down.
up.
I believe you have to hold down the B button to rev up the gear.
it's just hold down the down arrow.
Oh, down. You hold down. Okay, that's what it was.
What?
So okay, so you should go ahead and you hold the down.
Oh yeah. Oops, I messed up. Hold on.
Oh, and you can use the shoulder bumpers to turn the. Yeah, so if you rev up to like a 5,
Yeah.
and you hit, then you hit with a lot of force, but you also heat up your weapon a lot.
I got you. What should I
C
go for
for
5 or
confirm.
4?
Like, what should I go for?
Go 5 right now. You're still early.
Alright.
Beep, beep, boop. It's like Mario Kart.
Oops,
Or
I
like
need to end my
Sega Rally.
turn. This I'm not used to. I actually have to end my turn. So
No,
I
you don't
think.
have to end your turn yet. You still have action points.
Oh, I do.
So you,
Oh.
you still
Yeah,
have
no,
stuff
you
you
want
can back
turn.
away. You could do another attack. Yeah,
Do
you
another
could.
attack.
I'm just looking up when Final Fantasy Tactics came out, and it was 1997, June of 1997.
I don't think I have any action points to do anything yet. Can I? Or
Could you do something though? Could you prep
Yeah.
like go?
You
just
want to do that
off-
smiley face to
Yeah. To
cool down your weapon a little bit.
of course that
Okay.
will take away all your action points. What
That's
does the
cool.
sad face do?
I think it's just cancel.
Okay, so click off on not a character but on the map, just
Yeah.
like a random square, and press. Is it start? Now from here you could save. Could you just hit on save? You don't actually have to do it. Just go data, real
Yeah.
quick.
That might break
Now
it.
when you do this, I wanted to show Xenos that it's a completely different save, like Zeno was talking about. It's not the same save as your actual game save. It's like a temporary save. You don't have to do it, but I'm just telling you. It like because it's almost like you have to create a different save in
it's just in
battle.
his menu options.
Yeah, menu options.
Map info. Yeah. Has the objectives turn with Japanese character R. It's TE 20 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, that character means some kind of temperature. Maybe Blackrock can help us here. What does that mean?
Yeah, let us know. What does that character mean? Lack or where? Let us know in chat. I'll put that up for a little bit. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, I'm down. All right. So now
Clear.
I'm
He said it means clear,
clear. I gotcha.
like clear weather.
Gotcha. Makes sense. I hate how this guy's just whacking on me.
Yeah, he's got like these claw or like this sword that like comes apart.
I'm gonna have to heal him up with my other character.
Yeah.
Wait, you could
Try
heal?
that.
I didn't think you could heal in this battle.
Apparently you.
I did not know that.
You did not know that. Well, that helps.
I'm gonna heal again.
So-
Just
So Pat, what happens when you use the double swords?
oh, I'll show you with him.
Yeah.
All right. So when you use
I
double
find that the
swords,
they do more damage, right?
yeah,
or
it does
they-
a
they
shit.
have
It
for
does a
me.
ton of damage, and it shows this cool cutscene. A very bloody one too. Look at how, yeah, that guy's like bleeding. You can see in there.
No, it does this because you have 3D battle turned on. That which if you have
Yeah.
it turned off, then it doesn't do that. It just shows. Yeah,
But you're missing
that's
out.
cool. Yeah, you're missing it. No, I'm just telling people so that they know that you can turn it on or off.
Come forward a bit. I want him to tank it because I can heal him up a ton, but I can't heal her
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, and with those extra action points, you can actually move away from. So you can attack and then you can retreat.
Yeah.
And half of the time they won't attack you, or they won't get to you and attack you. So you almost get like a free turn, by doing that.
I'll
I
try that
noticed.
next time.
I like the animations better than the
Yeah,
Really?
Shining Force 3 ones, because those are just plain horrible.
Mm.
I'm gonna have
not
her right here.
Not, I much prefer the original 2D Shining Force animations. Over.
I love Shining Force 3 as janky as it does look. I love the Shining Force 3 animations, especially what is it, Dantares? Dantares, yeah. When he does the skewer, like with the big joust, or like
Do that,
there, my
pull it
Arctic
down.
blast.
And turn.
How I do this fight is I just max up a temp, fight those first two guys, then cool down while those two walk to me.
Mm-hmm.
That works. Alright, I'm gonna go for him first. I'll do the max battle. I do like the cool animation. It looks very fluid.
Loads pretty quick actually too, and I don't know if it was like that on a CD or if that's just because of the satiator, but it seems like it loads pretty quick.
Yeah, for that era, that animation is pretty good. Like,
You get that scaling sprite, and then which kind of like buffers the load time for everything else. But yeah, that's cool. You got this like tidal wave. It's like tsunami tidal wave of energy. Yeah. So many people are looking forward to this game. Not gonna lie. I mean, of course, we mentioned that Princess Crown probably takes the cake for like most requested, but this is like a close second, I would say. Vakken Rotor is like one of those games that's like so many people are gonna appreciate this, even though I know this is like a huge headache for you. Oh man.
Oh wow, Derek said,
Nice.
Derek aka Team said he shared this out and everyone's losing their minds. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably get that article up ASAP. I see to add Knight's post into it to let people know that this is happening.
those are some good 3D models for a Saturn that almost looks like a Dreamcast model.
Honestly, yeah, it looks pretty good for what it is.
I like that Hadoken she just did.
All those
And,
people are missing in on my gift to them, to you guys.
Yeah, we did this specifically that for like a gift for people that actually watch the streams.
I'm the only person here. Like no, the only person in chat. Like when we had Bulk Slashes was like 20 people, and now I'm all
Yeah, but
alone.
nobody saw this coming. So I bet folks are like, shit, I'm at work. Shit, I'm at like my kid's Christmas recital.
I just imagine some dads like, you know how the dad like Homer's like reading the radio like in his kid's recital, kind of like that.
Yes.
It's a Knight's power move. Like it's like a power move for a Knight.
The funny thing is I'm trying to ask for help in this game without giving it out. Like, this is the thing that I needed help with the German font with, because this is a
Right.
very German-themed game.
When you say without giving it out, you mean without leaking the
Yes.
actual.
Because
Okay.
remember
You're not
when I
talking
just...
about like losing creative control, right?
No. I just mean, well, people finding out that it's being worked on, because I wanted this to be a Christmas gift for everybody.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But and then we found out that, remember that one Black Matrix guy or whatever that leaked that out when I was just looking at the game? I'm
Yeah.
like, crap, I really need to keep
Yeah.
quiet about this.
That's true. It's like whenever you even look these days, it's like whenever you even look at a game, somebody ends up going on a forum and saying, "Oh yeah, somebody's working on this game."
Yeah,
And you're like,
forum
that was
or
probably
famous
just-
Facebook group.
There was somebody who went on one of the forums like Sega 16 or something like that, and they were like talking about how they were translating this game, but that fell flat because they probably found out what you did, is that it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you're Knight of Dragon.
Oh wow, somebody's pointing out that it actually just got colder. He told me that. I didn't even see that. I'm gonna check the stats after I kill this guy.
I wanna look at those models, how they're
the map
built
info.
and
Yeah,
textured.
it dropped to 18 actually. Weird.
Okay, so here's the thing. You're using the cross swords attacks, right?
Yeah.
And those are the best attacks for you to use at this point.
Yeah.
The rev up attack, that's only going to get better, and that'll end up being like an OP move for you as your keen sense, as they called it. Your keen sense, you develop your sense of using the weapon throughout the game progresses. Then that's going to end up being like your OP move. But right now, it doesn't really do that much for you because you haven't really developed a fighting style with the weapon, or I don't know. When the man in black was trying to explain it to you, Tommy Lee Jones was trying to explain it to you, and I guess.
And then he killed Will Smith.
Yeah, and then you killed Will Smith, and that was awkward and sad. But yeah, no, essentially like this move doesn't really do much for you.
Yeah, beat him, guys. I
53.
did it.
You did it.
Yeah, thank you guys for helping me out because I'm
And he's
stupid
like,
and can't play RPGs.
They won, after all.
After all, it's just
They're
another brick in the
pretty
wall.
Good. It's like,
Yeah.
can you change the speed of the text?
I can
Well,
hit the A button faster.
Well, you could do that, but I'm talking about like the default speed. But anyway, you got 400G.
Word. Also, this is where the translation ends. Get ready for Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there's more.
No, never mind. Well, this is where I bounce, guys, because I actually have to go. But it has been great. Thank you so much, Knight. This was an awesome Christmas present to the community.
You guys are welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not over because it's the gift that keeps giving. Because Knight is gonna have many a headache trying to finish this thing. I know that you're just at the beginning, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot to do.
I'm guessing TACTEV, this is not what it's supposed to have.
That's just the line number now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like I
so
said, all I gotta do is go to my spreadsheet and drop it in right there.
Okay.
So yeah, this is all the lines. I thought there's some weird thing, like a weird communication method, but no, this is it.
So you got tools. You've got some tools to at least automate the process, and that's cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's about it. We're gonna close it out. Dave has to leave, and I have to publish that article. But thanks for watching, guys. Article's gonna go up soon. Gonna get shared out. Share that out once we get that going. But thank you very much, guys. And remember, you must play Sega Saturn.
You must. Peace.
Yeah, I kinda have to. Output.